Right, here's 4 classics I've recently completed. These 2 are 4mm tapered tangs, these 2 are 3mm straight tangs. They've all got stabilised wood apart from that one, which is desert ironwood. Now let me tell you a bit of a story. Well, the story revolves around this knife, because this has been built for Andy. Andy lives in Australia, and back in April he bought one of my knives, and I sent the knife via Royal Mail to Australia, and it didn't get there, and the COVID thing kicked off, and well, we tracked the knife and it ended up somewhere in Budapest or the Middle East, and it hasn't got any further than that. And so I put a claim in, I insured the knife for the full value. Royal Mail told me after we waited about, 30 days you can put a claim in, so I put a claim in, and they said you're not going to get the compensation, you're going to get £50, they said, and they'll look into it more after 3 months has elapsed. So I'm going to fight Royal Mail all the way on this, because a lot of work goes into producing these knives, and it was sent and paid for, full postage for the full amount, for the proper insurance, and Royal Mail have just making it so difficult to claim compensation. But anyway, I feel sorry for Andy. He's paid his money, he's waited, and all I can do is my best, and I'm sending this knife out to him. This is going to be sent via UPS this time. It's a lot more costly. I think I just knocked the camera then, make sure we're still lined up. It's a lot more costly, but it will get there. Okay, Andy, so this is it. It's a 4mm knife with a tapered tang. I said I was going to fit green G10, but I managed to find some red, which I think you probably prefer. I hope you do anyway. Red G10 liners, and you wanted the Trinity pin to remind you of your 3 children. So there's the Trinity pins. Stabilised Massa Birch, hard as iron, 01 carbon steel blade, triple tempered to 59 HRC. So this got to build up the leather work, and be sending this out to you in a couple of days via UPS. Thanks for your patience, Andy, I really appreciate it. You've been a good customer, very understanding. Well, these are the 3 other knives. Now this is a message to Gary, who's left-handed. Again, another patient and understanding customer. These are the 3 knives that I've got available, Gary, so I'm going to give you the choice to choose if any of these you'd like. If not, that's okay. The 2 top ones here are 3mm, so they're 3mm thick. The bottom one is a 4mm with a tapered tang. This has got a slightly thinner scales, slightly thinner. I had less wood to work with on this one, so I had to make them a bit thinner. So they might, if you've got a smaller hand, they might fit you. Actually, it's not a bad size even for my hands. I think the later Woodlawn knives are also built on a thinner scale, whereas my standard classics, I tend to make them a little bit thicker. Just fills the hand a bit better, I feel. So let's take a quick close look at these. Stabilised woods, I think this is maple, stabilised birch, unstabilised desert ironwood. You can't really stabilise desert ironwood. The Desert Ironwood has Hunter Orange G10 liners. The Maple has black G10 liners, and interestingly the Birch has traditional old-fashioned fibre liners, again in black. You've got to be careful how you grind and shape when you've got the old fibre liners, because any sniff of heat and it turns the fibre into a sort of a yellow colour, an orangey yellow colour. So you can always tell if someone's overcooked their handle shaping when you see that in fibre liners. I'm glad to say this is all perfectly black. There's no hot spots showing, so I've done a good job there. The trick is slow belt speeds and fresh belts, and that keeps things cool. So individually we look at these three rather. So the first one up is the Desert Ironwood one. Tapered tang, slightly thinner scales, quite elegant actually. It's got the quad mosaic pins, 01 carbon steel blade, G10 liners. I go to great lengths to try and get a nice polish through the tang, and along the back edge of the knife. So that's the Desert Ironwood knife. The next knife up is the plainest knife of the bunch, and that'll be reflected in the cost. It'll also be the cheapest knife. But that doesn't reflect anything to do with the build quality. They've all been built with the same amount of attention to detail. So this is Birch, Massa Birch. Fairly plain, not a lot of figure in it, but still a very good handle material. Stabilised, it's rock solid. These are Corby bolts. They look like plain pins, but they're actually Corby bolts. So you've got the mechanical bond as well as the epoxy bond. And this is the knife with the traditional old-fashioned fibre liners. And as I was saying earlier, if you get the fibre too hot, it tends to lose its blackness and turns into a lighter colour. As you can see, this is perfect. Lastly, I have this knife, 3mm, stabilised maple. I think it's maple. It was the wood was given to me. It's exceptionally tough, hard wood. It's got some nice ripple effect in it. Again with Corby bolts, black G10 liners, 01 carbon steel blade, 3mm thick. So you can have the choice of any of those three knives going. I can build up a left hand sheath for you, and if any of those aren't suitable for you, then that's okay. I can advertise them for sale on my website. Well, that's those knives I've got available now. I hope they'll be suitable for the people in question. This has been just a terrible year for us. My wife has had to go off to be with family up north. Her brother-in-law was taken seriously ill a few days ago, and last I heard was that he's on a life support machine, and he's pretty unresponsive, and obviously I can't definitively say what's going to happen, but it's not looking very good, and we're just keeping everything crossed for a positive outcome. But anyway, I'm also due a holiday. I've been working behind the scenes, not posted many videos, but I have been fairly busy in the workshop, and I'm getting to a point where I really need to have a bit of a break from the work for a little bit, so I'm hoping to take a couple of weeks off, perhaps in the next week or two, or play it by ear to see how it goes really. But so just putting it out there that if anyone is trying to chase me up for anything, that I'm probably not going to be available in the short term. Anyway, hopefully normal service will be resumed soon. I'm planning some motorcycle travels. That's what I'd like to do. And I've got another channel called Wiltshire Man, where I'm hoping to, if I manage to film anything, I'll put it up on there. So yeah, that's about it really. Thanks everyone for your words of encouragement and support and what have you. It'd be good to see the back end of this year, I can tell you. Keep smiling. Bye for now.